But in this case, I only have 5, and when you're very limited to research points, you have to pick carefully. So you do start off, the game starts you off with an officer, an AT detachment, a Finnish ammo crate, and you also get reserves rifle squad and civil guard squad, and I believe, well, you also get a 37 pack AT gun, and that is it. You get no tank. So what is my tips and tricks? What is my recommendation I would give to new beginners or even veterans that when they're starting off Conquest? So absolutely start off with getting Collins Stage 2, as this allows you to expand your army and allows you to bring out a backup wave if you need one, or you can just call them both out at the same time. So that means you can hopefully take the capture points quicker and allows you to even attack from 2 different directions, but in most cases you kind of want to attack from one. So I would always call in Stage 2, plus it doesn't cost you any research points, so that is a big plus. I would never ever call in Stage 1 small defense just because you are attacking first. So once you do your attack, you'll actually have more research points to spend afterwards. So that means you'll be able to get your small defense. So never go with that unless you absolutely feel like you have to, but I would not recommend it. So once you've got your Stage 2, look down a wee bit. You can the specials like the artillery and the recon are absolutely useless. To be honest, they don't really do any effect besides just spot. You could get the way to get Stage 2 or Stage 3, you would actually need to go to Officer Command Team and then call in Stage 3. I think these stages are really important. I would get Stage 3 again early in the game just because of the importance of trying to expand your army, and as you know, with you can't fit everything into the first and second stage, so that's why the third stage is quite important. But moving down a wee bit, you don't need to worry about your machine guns or your supply trucks, as you already have a supply crate, so it's not that important. Your engineers, if you really feel like you want an engineer, I would maybe wait for the field engineers for the more towards the end of the conquest, as the attacks will be harder, so you will need engineers to build, larger ditches, sandbags and barbed wire. So I would keep engineers and AT miners towards the end. Again, if you really want to get them at the start, AP miners or AT miners to put at the start, and even flamethrowers, then they cost absolutely nothing, but I wouldn't really consider this an important unit. Scrolling down a wee bit, this is where it starts to get a wee bit more vital towards your first in your first battles, is that you have your reserve rifle squad and your civil guard squad. To us, these two are sufficient enough for the first 2 battles, but still, even at the beginning, I would even consider getting a rifle squad, as this allows you to attack better and get your points quicker without hopefully defeating or losing, because the cap points do go up for the enemy. So I would actually recommend getting a rifle squad, as I feel like this is important, and that allows you to even get a scout selection, which I think is absolutely useless, but also allows you to get an LMG squad. Even though it costs 1 research point, you only have 5, so I would not recommend getting it. So I think that's a really good start. These are just, again, if you really want a mortar, again, I would maybe save this towards maybe when you're defending, and the attacking has become more advanced, and I would definitely maybe save, not the machine guns, absolutely useless, but the mortar can be useful towards maybe defending key points or even attacking. Kind of going now towards your transit, against your AA, not really useful, because that means the AA, remember, has people to push it. So unless you really want to get the AA, I would recommend getting a truck, because again, this thing moves really slow and you're not really going to get it in position in time to defend or attack. This is where kind of Finland gets a wee bit more interesting, is that Finland specializes in AT guns. This is where, they actually make some really good stuff. And so you start off with a pack 37. If you really want, I would even upgrade to get a 76 howitzer, or it's a 76 howitzer AT gun. This can be vital to absolutely decimating soldiers kind of crowded together, really closely together, and also just demoralizing the men. That sentence does not make sense, but basically it will clear out a bunch of squads, and even just clear out some, you know, some machine gun areas and also some mortar pits, because this thing can really make a dent in the enemy when attacking and when defending. So I would absolutely recommend you have your 80 guns. So now that means you've only got really 1 point to spend. Now it's really up to you, but I would recommend just saving that research points, as it could be crucial towards the middle parts of your conquest, and even just the start. And that extra research point allows you just to be more flexible with what else you can research. So if you feel like if you are playing Finnish Army on the hardest difficulty and you want a really long campaign, then this is a recommended squad, or this is a recommended research that I would give out. Again, it's really up to you on how you want to play out, but this is what I recommend, and hopefully you guys will take this in and it'll be very, very useful. So there you go, guys, that is it for today. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, make sure you leave a like. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. If we can do that, that'd be absolutely amazing. But if you do like these tips and tricks, then make sure you let me know what else you'd like to see on anything you find difficult within the game. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and Ostfront, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.